All right, so we're going to be taking a look at Matthew 20:28, but first let's take a look at Genesis 1:28. God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky and over every living creature." Okay? So this is going to create a contradiction with the New Testament. Old Testament says Christians are supposed to rule. The New Testament will say, Jesus will say, Christians are supposed to serve, right? So this is going to be Matthew 20:28. These versions of the Bible are often translated using the Textus Receptus, dated around 1500 AD. And so here is Matthew 20:28. Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve. Okay? And so understanding now we've got a contradiction. The Old Testament, right, says Christians are to rule. The New Testament says Christians are to serve. And so understanding that different versions of the Bible today say different things. So, for example, here is the New Living Translation. For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve others. Okay. And so these are slightly different, and there will be drastic differences in some of the translations. Authors, they translate the ancient Greek and Hebrew very differently sometimes. Okay, so understanding that today we have many different versions of the Bible that say different things. Well, if you look back in history, there are also versions of the Bible dated around 600 BC to 400 AD that say different things. Sometimes completely different things, right? And these are known as verse variants. And so if you are reading a copy of the Codex Bazi dated around 400 to 600 AD, and you are reading Matthew 20:28, this is what it will say, this is what it will read. And all of you are to strive to greatly increase from the lesser, and to be greater than the morally poor. Because of this, when you receive an invitation to come and dine, do not sit down among the chief seats, or else when someone more reputable than you may come, and you be approached by the banquet host, saying, "Can you move further down to make room?" And you are disgraced. But if you sit at a low seat, and someone less reputable than you may come, and the dinner host may say to you, "Come, move further up," then you shall be honored. And so here is Wikipedia showing this verse variant in the Codex Bazi, so that you know that we're not just making it up. And they translate it as, "But seek to increase from that which is small, and to become less from that which is greater." And it goes on. But understanding that these verse variants are important because this verse variant does not create a contradiction, right? So now we have the Old Testament saying rule, and we also have the New Testament saying rule, and you have a unity, right? Now that being said, right, Christians do not rule in the same manner as other people, right? We rule in a benevolent, just manner as Christ would have us rule. But understanding that this presents Jesus saying you are to rule, you are to increase, you are to strive to greatly increase from the lesser. And so what it will come down to essentially is what you believe. But understanding that there are verse variants out there, some as different as serve and rule, right? It's going to be important, and it will take a long time if you choose to go through these verse variants. You can look most of them up online. That being said, right, which you believe is going to be up to you. As disciples of Christ, we believe you are to strive to increase from the lesser and to be greater than the morally poor, right? We believe you're supposed to rule in a Christian just manner so that good rules and a good nation can be established through you. If you go about serving right, Matthew 20:28 can be translated properly, right? We're servants of God, sure, but understanding the differences and understanding both translations of the verse, it's going to be helpful.